Hello and welcome to Soul for the next and last episode of my 6 brain benders. So the last one of the brain benders is the challenging one. The same, you can find it on YouTube. There are several versions actually of this one. If you remember my puzzle, my 4-in-1 puzzle video, you have a way to make this shape, but actually the pieces are completely different. The shape, the final shape is the same, but one of the main difference is that if you don't hold it properly, it falls apart. So let's put it back together. So after you run in the kitchen to try to find the pieces and get them back from your dog, what do you do with those pieces? Again, inventory. You have this block, which is going to be called the keys, the one that just fall off and made everything fall apart. So this is the key and the most important one. Then you have this one, which is a perfectly regular shape. This one in a little bit the shape of an E or 3, whatever you want. And that one, they're not the same. And finally those two, and those two are very interesting because they look the same except that they are mirror image one of each other. So what do? You might struggle if you want to put them in a symmetrical position. Actually, they don't work together like face to face like this. This is the actual problem with this, the trap, the actual challenge with this. If you try to put them together and put all the pieces around, you won't make it because they don't work symmetrically in this puzzle. So the first thing to do is take the simple one and put the E like this, and after that, well, you pretty get everything you need. The idea to solve this puzzle is to always keep a corridor, a big square, free, and put all the pieces around that corridor that you're going to keep, the tunnel that you're going to keep here. So that's it. So you try to put those pieces together, and like if I put this one, I put it here, it matches properly, and I keep the big hole here, so it looks good. Looks good. What about that one? That one might work like this. It still look good, and it leaves some space here, so I think it's going to be this one. Maybe this one's going to be like this. Looks even better. And this one's going to be something like that. Probably like that. In other words, this one goes first, and that one goes like that. And guess what? Everything looks good, and I still have my big corridor here. Want to see it again? Okay. So this is this one you're going to put last. You have those two. I told you there are mirror images. One's going to be standing up like this, and the other one is going to be along like that, still keeping the hole here. Then you just have the space to put that one and keep the hole like that, and after this the key is going to lock everything in place. Well, that's it for my series of 6 puzzles. To conclude this series, 2 things. The first one is that those puzzles, they don't have names on the box, so if I find them on YouTube, I'm gonna put the names in the comments, in the description, and maybe in the title, but they don't have names, and I think that's a shame that selling those without giving them individual names. I wanted to show you the instructions. In each box you have the instruction for the 6 puzzles. Although you have only 3 puzzles a box, you have the instructions. Clearly specifies that it's for 6 or older, but well, if you're a smart kid, why not? The instructions are not very clear to really. They're not very clear, and especially even if you watch the instructions, they don't tell you how to hold the thing, but you have to be on the table. It's just drawings, and they're actually kind of difficult. Like, remember this one? Look, they tell you this, and they make a kind of a zoom here, but overall it's not very nice instruction, which is not a problem in itself, because it's a puzzle, man. You have to think about something. You mean it's for your brain. If it's to give you the solution, it's okay. So frankly, I didn't use any of those solutions. I didn't feel like I would need it, and I enjoy doing that and doing them and finding the solutions by themselves. The only thing I used is the pictures to see the final shape. That was the great help, but the rest I really didn't need the instructions. If you find them, I would recommend them. Maybe not for you, for a nephew or whatever. They're cheap. I can't tell you the price because it depends on the countries. They're rather cheap for this kind of puzzles. They're not they're big. They're big. It's not very small ones. For this kind of price, it's really nice. Rather good quality, though it's not perfect. But for that price, I'm not too regardant. And that's good fun. So if you have a nephew or even for yourself, it can be a good gift. It's soon Christmas, if I remember. Yeah, so it's really nice, and I enjoy them, and I'm sure if you give them to somebody, that person might enjoy them too. Bye bye, and see you next time for next video on wooden puzzles and others. Bye.